Yeah.
Here we are, recording in progress.
Yes.
So today I have an honor to be joined by Janet Donofrio, aka Ms.FitVegan. She's a pioneer and propagator of raw vegan lifestyle. Uh, and today she will be answering a few questions and inspiring you to continue or to start your raw vegan lifestyle journey. Welcome.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for your time. And let's jump into it. And the question that I wanted to start from is that as you coach a lot, right, these days, and you have your private communities, and we talked already with other occasion, right? We talked about the addictions, and also you talk about it. There's your course about food addiction, like how to overcome it. And from your perspective, this is the thing that really interests me, and this is what I'm researching. So I would be really interested in hearing your opinion, your thoughts on that. Why do you think is that people don't want to heal?
Well, because healing is not something that they're familiar with, and whatever you're not familiar with is very uncomfortable. So when you say heal, okay, let's just say like lose weight, for example, because a lot of people they say they want to lose weight, but they don't take the actions. And so your actions are going to tell me what you really want. Even though you consciously think you want to lose weight, if you're overweight, your subconscious doesn't want to because either you're scared to lose weight, you might have had traumatic events in your life that told you that if you lose weight, you'll be in danger, or it will be scary, or you will be ostracized from your family or friends, or whatever it is. Okay. Or you'll be made fun of, something like this, right? So it's always a subconscious reason why you're getting what you're getting in life. That's for everything and everyone. So if you have financial issues, it's because subconsciously you might believe that having money will lead to a lot of stress, or you'll have to, deal with stuff you don't know how to deal with, taxes or whatever. All right. We're always getting the results that we truly, deeply actually want. And that's really hard for people to hear because, like, who wants disease? Who wants to be overweight? Who wants to have health problems? But it is serving you in some way. And once you sit down and write it out, or talk with me, or talk with a trusted friend or a therapist about it, you can start to realize what's going on, and then awareness is the first step in the healing process. So you could start to heal because you're becoming aware. Oh, I'm overweight because I don't want to be attractive, because I am afraid to be in a relationship. And I had my mom had very bad relationships. It's just my story. So like I didn't want to lose weight because I didn't want to ever be in a relationship and then possibly in the situations that my mom was in. So I just said, okay, well, I'm not going to be attractive because then I'll never be in a relationship and I'll never have those problems. Perfect. And it's like, but a part of me wants to, but a bigger part of me doesn't. So why don't people want to heal? Because healing is hard. That's for sure. Healing is hard because it's going to take you to do something that you're not doing. Doing other things, doing new things is hard because it's not familiar. It's not a habit. It takes effort. It takes commitment. It takes discipline in the beginning until it becomes a habit. And that's fucking hard. But you know what I say to myself? It's harder to be sick than it is to take the steps to be healthy. It's harder to be overweight than it is to be fit. It's harder to be overweight than it is to go to the gym and eat healthy. That's the damn truth. Like you have to stop lying to yourself saying that it's too hard for me to lose weight. It's very hard for you to be overweight. It's very embarrassing and hard and uncomfortable. But we're lying to ourselves. We're saying, no, it's hard for me. I can't. I only, food is my only pleasure. Food is the only thing that makes me happy. Actually, the food is making you miserable. The food is making you overweight. The food is making you depressed. What are you talking about? You have a belief that you think is the truth. That's not true. It's a belief. It's not the truth. The truth is, it's very, very hard to be sick and overweight and dealing with health issues. So I think everybody wants to heal ultimately, but we have so many misbeliefs, mistruths that we're telling ourselves that we just think it's going to be too hard, or it's too late, or you're too old, or you're too fat, or you're too sick and it's just too late. But it's not too late and it's not too hard. What you're dealing with right now is harder. Does that answer the question? I don't know if I answered the question, but
Yeah, it certainly does your way. So perfect. Um, there is what you said, right? It refers a lot to me that what I call that we are in very much sick-oriented society in opposed of health-oriented. So to me, raw vegan lifestyle, it became this switch, which refers to why the people don't want to heal, because I think a lot of people don't really believe this possibility. They don't know there is this possibility, that it exists. It's just so normal to be sick, that like suddenly being healthy all the time is something like an exception. So that's what I see. And speaking of this from a little bit different angle, there is this phrase that I find personally quite triggering still. I feel I will find it triggering forever, which is trust the science. And, and it very often, no, I will not go to like too hardcore rabbit hole, but even just, like the processed food, or like some, superfoods or some powders of like, or some supplements, because that's like produced by science, that's researched by scientists. And this is like, if you are not trusting this science, then you are a conspiracy theorist or something like this. So how do you position yourself in order to this this trend?
Yeah, I don't take anyone seriously that says things like that. And the way people look at conspiracy theorists is the way I look at people that say things like trust the science. I look at them the way they look at me. Okay? Because if you blindly trust something, you are in for a very, very difficult future. You have to take your health into your own hands. There is no trust in our society when the society is based on profit and greed. And the Food and Drug Administration is one administration. Food and Drug Administration is run by one administration. So that is a sick society. Our society profits on people getting diseases. That just tells you right there that I'm not trusting anything in our society. I trust nature. I trust God. I trust my intuition, and that's about it. And on the internet, anybody could say anything they want, including me. So I always tell people, listen, don't take my word for it. You try the raw food diet. You try it. See if you like it. Try my way. Eat as much fruit, vegetables, nuts, and seeds as you like. No restriction, no intermittent fasting, no juice cleansing, no water fasting, no crazy nonsense, no rules. Just fruit, vegetables, nuts, and seeds as much as you want, as much fat as you want, as much as you want. See what happens. Because I promise you, if you're coming from a processed food diet or animal-based diet or junk food diet, you will feel 1,000,000 times better and you will start to heal quickly. Try it. See, because I always say, people ask me, oh, like, what do I think of Brooke Goldner's method? Or what do I think of this person, Brian Clement, and whatever. Okay, try it. Try their way and see if it works for you. It doesn't work for me, what they're doing. The only thing that has worked for me to heal, to lose weight, and to stay consistent all these years, I lost over 60 pounds and I stayed consistent and I haven't gained it back for almost 15 years. That's very rare. They say like 90% of people that lose weight gain it back. The only thing that has worked to maintain my weight loss and my health, okay, is the raw food diet, an abundance of fruit, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, mostly fruit. But I mean, if I want nuts, I'm going to eat nuts. I'm not going to buy a big bag of nuts, but I'll go to the store and buy a small bag because that's what I want. Okay. So I know we're talking about science and stuff, and that phrase is very triggering, but I don't take our society seriously. How can I take them seriously? Because our society gives cancer patients chemotherapy and radiation. If you or me were given chemotherapy and radiation, we would get sick. Very, very, very sick. So how can I trust a society that makes cancer patients sicker? That's insane. The society's insane. So I don't take them seriously. I don't take anything seriously in our society. And I try to stay in my own little bubble. And that is why I created my own community, because I can't even barely talk to people in the real world. I do what I have to do, right? But I don't talk to the people in the real world about health, nutrition, science, even politics. I don't talk about it. I don't want to talk about it because it's just a joke. It's a total joke to me. So,
Yeah, totally. I also liked, because now you're referring to community, and also you said recently that your favorite thing about working with people is that you get to create the community, because before you were alone, like lonely, you felt, and I mean, yeah, kind of, yeah, both, let's say now, right?
very, yes.
Yeah, because it's like such a rare, it's still right. It's very rare. At some point, like to me, it also feels that I'm in my own bubbles, and I feel at some point like, oh, everybody is doing yoga. No, but it's like I live in an eco village in Brazil, so yeah, of course, this attracts this type of people. But if I go outside, then it's not gonna be like this anymore. So this is still very rare lifestyle, right? To be fully raw, even more.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's very rare. It's very lonely. When you do something different, you are on your own until you find your tribe and you find your people. And thankfully I took the leap and I started my own community, because I tried joining a few of these communities online and they weren't for me, because everybody's obsessed with cleansing or weight loss or like challenges. And it's like people love the challenges. I get that. Like I do a challenge twice a year, a raw food challenge. But like they're all obsessed. Everybody in this raw food community is obsessed with like going deeper and cleansing more and being better and only fruit. Now no fat. Now intermittent fasting. Now juice cleansing. Now what? And it's like I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in maintaining my easy, effortlessly healthy raw food diet where like sometimes I eat more fat and sometimes I eat more fruit and sometimes I eat at midnight because I was so busy all day, out all day. And, I get home and I'm eating at midnight and sometimes I eat early, but like I'm not stressed about my lifestyle. That's why I love the raw food diet, because it's stress free if you do it the right way. If you're stressed about a raw food diet, if it's so hard to do, if you have to juice every fucking day, if you have to like spend your whole life in the kitchen and it's just you're miserable or you're like so busy and you can't maintain it, then it's not for you. It's not for you. Me, it's for me, because the way I'm eating, easy, effortlessly raw, it's for me for life, because I don't even have to think about it. I don't have to worry about it. I don't stress about it. It's not a struggle. It's not for you if it's a struggle. And so I had to start my own community because everybody out there is doing some crazy stuff and just obsessed with their weight and obsessed with the mucoid plaque and the cleansing. And I get it. When you're sick, you want to heal fast. I know that. I get that. But nothing in nature fast. So like the people that do the water fasting, I see them as the same type of people that are taking Ozempic. Yeah. Because it's like you're trying to like cheat the system and like, heal as quickly as possible. I'm going to show nature that I can heal fast, but like nature doesn't heal fast. Nature doesn't do anything fast. So like to me, a raw food diet is the only way to heal naturally and forever. And a water cleanse, I don't believe in them. I don't believe in them because you can't cheat the system. Nature needs time. All right. And most people, 90% of people, 90% or more, they do a water fast. And then when they come home from the retreat, they binge and they eat everything and anything. And then you're in a worse position than when you started, because it's what you don't eat that heals you. And you come back, you eat crap, you eat processed foods. You were better off just having a raw food diet, eating as much as you wanted without restricting yourself, and then falling off and then starting all over again. And then, feeling worse, low self-esteem, having unimaginable cravings and, so hungry. And it's like, you just, to me, this is not what we're even talking about, but to me, I don't want to be part of that community. So started my own, and I'm really grateful that I did, because Oh my gosh, it's such a blessing to have people in my life that are raw, but also normal. Normal to the best way that raw people can be normal. We're not normal. There's nothing normal about a raw food diet, right? It's out of the norm. But they're not like just beating themselves up and obsessed and oh, this month I'm only going to eat only apples for 30 days no matter what. I don't want to be around that negative toxicity. To me, that's as toxic as Burger King. To me.
Yeah, from an energetic point of view, right? Because it's not only the food. Food is only. I totally subscribe to your idea. This is also what helped me personally, since I followed you for a long time already. And I was like, oh my God, so refreshing, because this is also addictive. Now we are so addicted to actually low vibrating states. So that's why it's actually raw, not raw, but like you can make yourself a victim, for example, overeating mangoes or dates or whatever, right? Like, of course, like
Oh,
the
yes.
consequences physically at least are not that, severe as if you overeat whatever else, Burger King. But I mean, on a mental level, on a frequency level, of vibration level, and I mean, our bodies, we are holistic beings. So, I mean, everything is influencing everything. So like your approach was really, really refreshing. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I don't have to
Yeah.
like, juice cleanse like every month.
I don't have to keep beating myself up, punishing myself, being addicted to now. Um, what did you say? You said it's so good.
Low
Being addicted
vibrating,
to being a
low
victim.
vibrate,
Yeah.
low vibrating states now, which
Yes.
victimization is one of possibilities, right?
Yes. And you know what? Let's go back to because if you guys don't know, we did a live on Instagram and then something happened. So listen, you said such a great thing and we were talking about the intuition and you asked, how do you know what's your intuition? And I just want to say, because that was very hard for me in the beginning. I didn't know, like intuitively, my body was saying, I need chocolate. Like I need chocolate. That's what I'm craving. That's what I need. I thought it was my intuition. But then I realized over the years that anything that is unhealthy, anything that's negatively affecting me, my body, mind, and spirit, is not part of my intuition. That's part of my addiction. Okay. So I was addicted to chocolate. I was addicted to coffee. I was addicted to ice cream and bread and pizza, cheese, fried foods. So that was not my intuition. That was my addiction. How do you know the difference between addiction and intuition? Addiction is always unhealthy and intuition is always healthy. It's always good for you. Okay. If you have an intuition that you want to start, you want to go to a yoga retreat and you want to start taking care of your body and start breathing better and doing, stretching, that's your intuition talking to you because it's good for you. If you have a intuition that you want to just, binge all weekend and you're going to start on January 1st, that's your addiction. That's not an intuition. So just be aware of that. And I thought that was just such a good point that you brought up before. And then, yeah, so many people are addicted to being victims. And at the end of the day, I think the addiction comes from needing to prove that you're not good enough. I have this theory, and I could be wrong, but this is what I was doing. Okay, I was juice cleansing a lot. And in the beginning of my raw food journey, because I didn't know any better, I didn't know what I didn't know. And I didn't know how toxic the thinking was. And so I was trying to prove to myself that I was not good enough. So I would do a 30-day juice cleanse and then, I wouldn't make it 30 days. I said I was going to do 30 days. I only made it 28 days. And then I would beat myself up and be so mad at myself and say, see, I knew you were not good enough. I knew you were not disciplined enough. I knew you couldn't do it. Now we're going to do 45 days because you need to be punished. And it's like, why are we punishing ourselves? Life is so short. And I thought the goal was to get healthy and to feel good. You're never going to get healthy being mean to yourself, ever. So the raw food diet, it's helped me to start being nice to myself, to start treating myself nicely, to start, showing myself that I am worth it. But like not punishing myself in any way at all. So many people misunderstand the raw food diet. They think it's a sacrifice. But to me, it's a, what's the word? It's a investment.
Mm.
I'm investing in my health, in my spirit, in my body, in my mind, in my future, in my children's future, in the future generations. I'm investing because yes, I will leave my body one day, but my spirit will always be here. And my spirit, it's affected by what I eat. It's affected by what I do in this lifetime. So I'm making an investment in my eternal future, honestly, by taking care of myself now and not subscribing to and supporting and consuming dead animal body parts and processed foods, negative, low vibrational foods. So,
Yeah, you touched on the spirit now. Paradoxically, you touched right on something that is on the meta level, and this is something I'm deeply passionate about. So, like, also, what helps me to look at the food in a healthy way is actually to perceive it from the energetic point of view. That was like one of the biggest switches for me, and you touched on this right now. So, could you elaborate on that part a little bit more? Like also how your journey has been, like how did you feel the switch, yeah, the changes throughout the years, and then maybe when you transitioned from raw, yeah, from raw to more fruitarian, because I think that might be a bigger change as well if it comes to
yeah, definitely. I definitely started my journey as a full raw vegan, eating lots of nuts and lots of dehydrated things. And I needed that because I was used to eating, chocolate bars and candy and cookies and cakes and very dense, high calorically dense things, right? So very dry things. So I needed dry things to feel satisfied on a raw food diet. Juicy fruit was not satisfying to me. It didn't have enough calories. I didn't care about it. I didn't want that. I craved sweets, but I craved like um dense sweets, so like Cinnabons and all these things. Okay, so I did that in New York. It was very easy, to be honest, because they have all that stuff in New York, chocolate and cookie and whatever. Okay, so then when I switched over to more of a fruit-based diet, it really actually happened because I was always bloated on a raw food diet and I was uncomfortable. But I did lose weight, but I looked pregnant. I would wake up looking pregnant. By the end of the day, I mean, I can't believe that I actually stuck to a raw food diet because I was in pain for a while because of the amount of nuts and dehydrated things that I was eating. So when I switched over, when I finally got the message that maybe I should try more fruit, everything got better. I felt better. I felt lighter, but like not just physically, but mentally and spiritually. And yeah, everything just feels better eating lighter. And also, the vibration of the fruit is very powerful. So I can't really explain it, but I know that if I eat even just like I've never done this, but if I would to eat just nuts and dehydrated foods now, in a few days, I'm going to start feeling a little depressed. I just know it. The fruit is a high vibrational food full of water, which your body wants. That's all your body wants is hydration. Hydration is crucial in your health, and dehydration is the precursor to all disease. So you really want to start focusing on your favorite juicy fruits that you love, that are delicious. And if you can't do that, if you don't have good fruit, then at least make smoothies and hydrate your nuts and dehydrated fruits with lots of water and put in frozen fruit and greens in your smoothies and things like that. Focus on water content and, the spirituality part. That's not my expertise, but I do know that I feel a lot better in my mind, body, and spirit. And I'm also a lot nicer to myself eating a fruit based diet. And I'm also less fearful. I have less anxiety. I used to have panic attacks. I don't have those anymore. My life is this, it's not perfect, but like I don't have the same anxiety that I used to have on a anxiety filled diet. You are what you eat. You're going to eat dead animals that are full of fear and anxiety. You're going to be full of fear and anxiety. You're going to eat fruit that is full of life, force, and energy and nutrition and the sun and full of, biophotons and vitamins and minerals and nutrients that's alive. You're going to feel alive. So that's the only way that I can say it.
yeah. Yes, exactly. I mean, that's what I refer to as the simplest science, actually,
Mm.
that we have. That it's because it's supposed to be experiential. Like you experience this. So yeah, this is something. I think the words are not never enough if it comes to talking about these life-changing things, because like it should be experienced.
Yes, so true. You cannot describe what it feels like to eat a raw food diet. You're going to have to try it because I try to explain it by saying that I felt awake for the first time in my life. but I can't really describe that. I kind of like came into who I am. I was so depressed. I was so miserable. I was so mean to myself and others. I was not a nice person before I went raw. I was not treating my family nicely. I wish I could go back and be raw earlier, but I didn't know about it. I was not productive. I was not happy. I was not doing what my soul came here to do, and now I am. So I promise you, the way you're eating is determining what you're doing, and what you're doing, I mean, you better be comfortable with what you're doing because you only have one lifetime and you're going to regret it. If you don't do what your soul came here to do, you're going to regret it. And you might have to come back. And maybe you don't want to come back. So you better step into what you're supposed to do if you want to ascend, you know? And I don't know what anybody's beliefs are, but I believe I'm done here. I came here to do what I'm supposed to do, which is go raw, help other people go raw, and then I'm out. I'm out. My soul's not coming back here. No.
I think this type of journey that I would say we, because like we are in this similar kind of
Yes.
like line, so to speak. I think it gives you this impression that oh God, like this is so intense.
Yeah.
Let me be maybe the last lifetime on this earth. I'm
I'm
ready
really
to ascend.
convinced.
I'm ready to fly in other dimensions and be, because like even recently, I live on a beautiful white beach, and I specifically like to eat the fruit there, and then okay, we will need to also wrap up. But anyway, yeah, this is like how I felt like that. This density, this energy of fruit is like, oh, it feels like other dimension, definitely.
Yes.
Okay, so,
Absolutely. And you can get, yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, that's so true what you said though. Like you can get kind of like a high feeling on fruit. Like I do feel high a lot, high on fruit, yoga, nature, life.
briefing. You said in the other conversation, right? Like that briefing, another high.
Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, we produce drugs in our brain. We produce certain drugs, and it depends on what you do that will determine what you're feeling. So I just want everyone to know if you're not feeling good, it's probably because you're not eating good. You're not doing good things for you. You've got to move your body. You've got to breathe. You've got to put in positive things every day. Whether that's the content you're listening to or watching, and everything affects everything. Everything affects everything. So, positive food, positive mood, positive content, positive mood. Like everything that's negative, it will make you more negative. So the food is negative too. I mean, the vibration of food is real. So, I mean, you can deny it, but try it out. Just experiment. And you'll see that you're going to feel a lot better and do a lot better the better you eat.
Exactly, and also like get hydrated and get you can get high like naturally and then fly and ascend. And yeah, thank you very much for sharing all your
Thank you.
experience, all your knowledge and wisdom. And to wrap it up, like please, if you would like to share something and also where people can find you, please do your part for the wrapping it up part.
Y- Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. You're so amazing. And I want to hear more about where you live because that sounds really cool about what community you
You
live
would
in.
love it, definitely. Let's talk. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Where do
The
you live?
retreats, like, huh? That's a good place. I didn't manage to ask you about the retreats. You can mention now, but I know you are organizing retreats. So, yeah, let's go.
Where do you live?
It's Northeast Brazil. Is the eco village called Piracanga.
Yeah. Okay. I got to find out more about this. I want to live in an eco village. What? That sounds amazing.
Yeah, and
Wow.
we have
Okay.
even right now there's a market going, which today I did exchange with my friend, so she went for me, so that I get my Christmas fruit, dinner later. But yeah, no, we have markets coming, so you can be easily raw here.
Okay, I got to find out more. We're going to talk more about it. And so now you can find me at msfitvegan.com, msfitvegan.com. And for the holidays, I would love for everyone to get my book. So it's free. You can find it on msfitvegan.com and it looks like this and you will get the download, the ebook version totally free. It's updated, newly revised with brand new recipes. Everything in this book is 5 ingredients or less. You can also find the book on Amazon. But yeah, I love this book because it's all my favorite recipes that require no dehydrator. There's no salt, there's no oil, there's no gluten, and everything is with 5 ingredients or less. So it's very simple, very easy, very delicious things that I eat every single day. Dressings and dips and juices and smoothies and ice cream and desserts and savory things and all that stuff. So you can get it for free on my website, the ebook, or you can get the real book on Amazon now. So that's it.
Wow, amazing. Thank you,
Thank you.
thank you, thank you. That's yeah, again, such a pleasure. Yeah, thank you very much. And I feel like maybe it's just the beginning of some conversation that's gonna keep on going.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. And we'll talk soon. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
having
thank you.
me.
Bye bye.
Bye.